Hey nerds, this is Ethan from Blerd Culture with today's Rant and Fave. I know I'm seen as the Pokemon stan, and that's only because I am, so I'm going to first start with some negative reviews about Pokemon Sun. First, the game itself is very different, and this might be overdramatic because it's really not that different, but to a Pokemon fan, it's very different. The premise remains the same, which is, of course you catch Pokemon, you train them, you fight, and battle other trainers, rinse and repeat. The only difference now is that instead of fighting Pokemon gym leaders, you are fighting kahunas. The premise is the same, but it's pretty much the title that changes, but it's not like a gym that you go to and you fight and you battle, and I just kind of miss the gym badges. I know it's not that big of a deal, but I miss them. To me, the story is trying a little bit too hard. I feel like every other second I'm being stopped by somebody who's like, hey, help me out with this thing, or hey, let's check this out. I'm like, no, I'm not here for you. I'm not here to make friends. This is why I'm playing the game. Like, I really just want to catch these Pokemon, train them, become the best Pokemon trainer, and then that's it. Like, we don't really have to be talking. Also, slowdown is a bit of an issue. It appeared in X and Y whenever you did double battles. I feel like it got worse in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But here, to me, I don't know if it's in my mind, but it's definitely, it feels worse when you do double battles, or pretty much any battle with multiple Pokemon. There just seems to be slowdown that's very noticeable. Now for the good. So I do believe that the selection of Pokemon have been really good this time around. There are some really cool new Pokemon, and also like how they used more different types together, like there's Water and Fairy, Poison and Dragon, and this might not seem like a big deal to the layman, but to the Pokemon nerd, like, it's really cool when two different types come together, because this weakness might negate that weakness, or this resistance might negate that resistance. It makes the game a much more tactical experience, and there's actually like a whole separate level of Pokemon that's actually very intense. Like, this game really isn't for kids. It's for kids, I know it's for kids, but then it's also like not, like there's a game within the game where you're like focusing on stats and defense and attack and HP and special defense and all this stuff, and then nature as well, and like breeding, and I feel like this game is like primed for that. At the same time, I won't get too carried away. Like, there's always going to be like crap Pokemon. I mean, they literally made a keychain Pokemon named Klefki, and there's literally a garbage Pokemon called Garbodor. But then at the same time, like this one, we get like Salazzle, which is like this poison dragon type. Like, that's just fun to say. Salazzle. So even though the storyline can be tedious, it does make for a longer game, which I can't complain, because I can play this game for forever. And in X and Y, it definitely took me like maybe like a weekend to beat it, and Sun has taken me over a week to complete it. Last but not least, the Z moves are everything. The Z moves are the special attacks where each Pokemon can be given a special Z move that can be like grass if it's a grass type, or fighting if it's a fighting type, and they do this really awesome special attack that does like a lot of damage. And I feel like it definitely evens the playing field between like maybe perhaps some weaker Pokemon if you're up against someone that's much stronger than you, but you have to be very strategic about it because you can only use one. But I mean, how it looks is just dazzling, or should I say salazzling. No, I shouldn't. I would suggest that you check out Pokemon Sun and Moon. If you've never played the series before, this is actually a great jumping on point. You don't really need much of a Poke history to understand what's going on. And even for players that have played this for a long time, yes, I know I complained about how things were different, because that's just who I am, but this does feel like a series restart, and now's actually the perfect time to jump in.